The Bajaj Pulsar has a fantastic legacy behind it, and over the years, it has continued to evolve in great many ways. Now there is an all-new Pulsar, and we're trying to find out whether or not it has the essence of the original.
There's always a lot of excitement around the Indian two-wheeler space whenever a new Pulsar enters the market. But the recently launched P150 is the most special among the new ones, and that's because it's replacing the most iconic Pulsar 150. But this is not the only case here, because technically it is the first all-new Pulsar 150 since the original debuted 2 decades ago. This is the first time since 2002 that Bajaj has given the Pulsar 150 a new engine, chassis and design all at once. It's quite a legacy to live up to, and the follow-up act better be fabulous, right? Let's see how the all-new Pulsar P150 fares. The first thing that you will obviously notice is the all-new Pulsar's styling. I'd wager that all of you remember the head-turner the original Pulsar 150 was. That's not the case with the new one. No doubt the new P150 looks sharp and sporty, but it misses on that stand-out muscular aesthetic that the original Pulsar 150 had. The design is well proportioned though, and the quality feels decent too. The styling is inspired by its bigger siblings, the N250 and N160, and it gets a projector LED headlamp, aggressive tank extensions, some sharp body panels and a belly pan. All of those things look impressive apart, but when you look at the bike as a whole, it doesn't feel so special and doesn't have the original's wow factor. I'm not a fan of underbelly exhaust setups, but many people find them very special. Sometimes a rather simplistic approach works, so we'll leave it to you. See it and decide if this new design suits you. Coming to the second important thing that makes the Bajaj Pulsar P150 all new is its 150cc single-cylinder air-cooled engine. Though it has been derived from the Pulsar N160, it packs several changes along with revised bore and stroke. With this engine, Bajaj has eliminated the oil cooler and DTSI or twin spark technology. We were told that this has been done because the dual spark plug isn't that beneficial for this engine while meeting the BS6 norms. But leaving the technical bits aside, the engine runs quite smoothly and the torque is available across a wide range of engine speeds. It delivers 14.3 horsepower and 13.5 Nm of torque, and Bajaj claims that 95% of its peak torque is available between the 3500 and 8500 RPM range. Now, it's certainly not the most powerful motor in the segment, but the motorcycle is sleek and light, which compensates with a healthy power-to-weight ratio. But when you ride the P150 Pulsar, it doesn't feel all that special or better than any other 150cc bike in its segment. In fact, its 5-speed gearbox isn't the slickest in the business, but thankfully you don't need to shift between gears frequently even at city speeds, and its lightweight nature further helps to maneuver through narrow streets and heavy traffic with ease. Highway cruising? Well, the digital speedometer of the P150 topped out a little over 120 km per hour when we were testing the motorcycle. The engine also feels a bit screamy, so it's best to comfortably cruise around the 80 km per hour mark. The P150 will do between 45 and 49 km on a liter of petrol, which is not bad at all. The other thing that's all new on this P150 is the frame, which hasn't been borrowed from the N160 or any other Pulsar for that matter. This new chassis, along with the new wheels, has not just helped in weight reduction, but also in improving the rigidity of the bike. The new Pulsar certainly is a better handling motorcycle than any of its previous generation models. Great cornering isn't something that's written in the P150's resume, but it feels extremely nimble when tossing around from side to side. And that's pretty acceptable considering it is primarily meant to be an urban motorcycle. And so is the suspension. The Pulsar P150 comes with the usual telescopic front fork and a monoshock at the rear. It has been tuned for pleasant ride quality, and the rear wheel travel has been increased by 25mm compared to the last generation Pulsar 150. Ergonomically, the P150 offers an upright sitting posture and a comfortable seat height of 795mm. Now that makes it accessible to a wide spectrum of riders: short, tall, lean, and portly. However, we didn't like the padding much, and a little more cushioning in the seat will make it great. The P150 comes in two variants, one with dual disc brakes and one with a front disc brake, and both have a different riding geometry as well. We rode the dual disc variant, which had clip-on handlebars for that extra sporty feel. However, those who prefer more laid-back riding can go for the single disc variant that comes with the usual single-piece handlebar. In terms of features, the P150 offers a single-channel ABS and USB charging port, along with the other basic fitments that are offered in its segment. The instrument cluster is a combination of an analog tachometer and an LCD screen. Priced at 117,000 Indian rupees for the single disc and 120,000 rupees for the twin disc, the Pulsar P150 undercuts most of its competition. But there's a conundrum here. The twin-disc P150 is just about 3,500 rupees cheaper than the single-channel ABS version of the Pulsar N160. This is where it becomes difficult to justify the price tag of the P150, because those looking for a sporty experience visually and on performance might be better off paying that extra for the N160. But still, those who are looking for a less radical, somewhat mildly sporty and easy-to-ride 150cc commuter that's easy on their wallet as well should definitely test ride the Pulsar P150 single disc once.